Welcome to Las Vegas, Nevada, Allegiant Stadium, home of the Oakland Raiders, but today, home to the start of another exciting college football season as we are ready to crank it up here in Vegas in the Las Vegas Kickoff Classic. A top 25 showdown coming up, two of college football's premier teams preparing to duke it out right here on this field. As we'll see, the number 13 team in the country, the LSU Tigers, taking on the 25th ranked team in the land, the USC Trojans. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me. Guys, it's time to get it going. And the Trojans ready to put toe to leather and get this season started. Fielded in the end zone, it's Parker. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The LSU Tigers offense is going to be backed up thanks to that lackluster return. And here he comes, a man who... The phrase, the tight end's always open, David.
And yes, he is, Reese. And it's so cool. The tight end position now has evolved so much. You can move him all over the field, and you can really highlight a guy of his ability.
Too big for safeties to cover and too fast for linebackers to cover. This is a weapon they've got to take advantage of.
He'll ride his man on the option. He'll toss it. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. How about that tough, hard-nosed running? Rich legacy of that at LSU. Reminds me of Charles Alexander.
Yeah, unfortunately, I was a part of that legacy, Reese, on the other side when Justin Vincent rushed for over 200 yards in the SEC Championship game, and that's what you see LSU. That's what I've always thought of watching them growing up, and you watch the way they run their offense. Usually, it starts with the physicality in the ground game.
So, guys, over the last few years, there have been seismic changes to college football. Realignment, name, image, and likeness. But one of the biggest changes, the transfer portal.
Yeah, and now guys that are unhappy or in a situation where they see something that they'd rather be in, now you can leave, and there is no penalty. So a lot of recruiting, Jesse, on other people's teams that go on throughout a season.
Yeah, it's 365, and it's a lot of pressure on coaches to re-recruit their own players as well to try to keep those rosters intact. But the transfer portal completely flips rosters upside down. One team that struggles this year, if they get one key addition, it's a team potentially competing for a national championship next season.
The Tigers look to keep this drive humming. Comes out throwing on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Connection to the right. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. And LSU starting to get that passing attack cranked up.
And this is a unit that typically LSU is as good as they are at quarterback. We know they're going to be physical. We know they got athletes all over the field. But when they get really good quarterback play, those teams are really special.
And a decent gain there before the defense makes a stop.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
Looking for a crease. It's Durham. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one.
They're trying to run the football, and there's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. He tried to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TFL.
Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but now facing third down. Looking downfield, it's Nussmeier. Throws to the wideout. And they'll miss the connection here on third down. Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. The Trojans offense headed onto the field. Our first look at them today. As we take a look at our impact players for this game, David, what do you look for to make an impact from your leaders?
Your leaders not only have to lead the football team, but they got to step up and make plays on the field, keep everybody calm. These guys typically do a really good job of it.
Yeah, David, and they also generally set the tone for their respective football teams. Regardless of which side of the ball they play on, the teammates look towards them to step up in big games like this.
For all of the star quality that USC has been built on, good offensive line, strong running game has always been a hallmark.
No doubt about it. I think they're built on, the passing game and explosive playmakers out wide, but they've always had that balance at USC. You got to have a little bit of the boring to go with the glitz and the glamour.
Picks up a useful 5-yard chunk out to the 30-yard line.
Just a simple power play. Again, not sexy, run the ball up the middle, physicality, offensive line gets to assert themselves, run block, what they love to do. This pays dividends down the road in the fourth quarter.
Red pass, it's complete. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Offense gets set for second down. Off the play fake. Pocket starts to collapse. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Well, as a quarterback, when you get to the outside, you know you don't have all day to throw it. You've got these defenders. They are coming. They're running at you hard. So you've got to do a better job getting the ball out quicker. That hit forced the incompletion.
Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. He couldn't find anywhere to go, and now it's fourth down. The Trojans will send out the punt unit. He'll settle for some pretty good field position and make the fair catch at around the 35. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They hope to be able to cash in on this drive, David, after having to punt it last time.
Yeah, and I think this offense needs to start it with the first play. You need to be successful and productive on that first play, and it gets you in less predictable situations.
No doubt, too. Don't you just feel like there's a little bit more sense of urgency on this drive? It just feels like they've got to be able to put some points up on the board here.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Offense set on first down. Looking for space. It's Durham. Bowls his way forward. Still on his feet at the 45. Can anyone catch him? Inside the 10. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Tigers!
Man, this guy is such a weapon because he's so dangerous if he gets into the second level. Great vision, and then David shows you the speed.
Just straight wheels, erasing angles. A lot of times when you're chasing guys that are so fast like this, you're like, I got him, I got him. No, I do not. What a big, long touchdown run. Pad those stats, young fella.
And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 29. He's looking to throw it. Grabbed behind the line. It's Marks. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down.
Really nice pass there. You know the expectations at USC every year are sky high. Not just to win the conference, but to be in the national championship discussion. But to do that, they need this guy right here to play at a high level week in and week out because this guy has the skills and the tools to take them.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out of the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, oh, I got to get my feet set, make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on, and I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
Looking to throw, it's Moss. They're setting up the screen. They ripped off 7 on that one. Now a 3rd down and 3.
Love the execution there on the screen. The running back shows pass protect. Last second turns around, so he's able to get the ball. The D linemen have already run past him. Now he can turn upfield for a big gainer.
Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a 3rd down and short. Guys, LSU has the lead here. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. And they've swapped ends of the field, and we'll get it going in the second. They've changed ends of the field, now facing 3rd down as they go back to work. That'll be enough for the first down as they stop him at the 43-yard line. And the Trojans come to the line with a new set of downs. Quarterback checking the play. He wants to throw. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And how about that DB getting a hand in there and forcing the incomplete pass?
Really nice play by the defender, being in a good position for that deep ball down the field, not letting the receiver put his big body on him, go up over top. The only thing that could have been better is that thing tipped to another defender, and it was an interception, but great coverage by the defender.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit to the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
After the 9-yard pickup on 1st down, here's 2nd and 1. Looking for room, it's Marks. The Trojans get it past the sticks.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
They'll put the brakes on him at the 21, give him a yard.
All right, well, the offense here, they're trying to get this run game established. They obviously don't break off a long run there, but they're just trying to find their footing at this point.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Fast motion from the offense. Quick touch pass to the receiver. Got enough space. Gets out of bounds after the big game, but they've got it first and goal.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap.
And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Trojans! That drive was what every father wants his daughter's romances to be like. Slow, take your time, train the clock, no hurry at all.
Sometimes love is a slow burn. That's what we just saw in that last drive. I am so impressed with the execution, and I love their ability to run the football. These players, they're coached up. They're coming out here, and they are executing exactly how their coaches prepared them to do in this game.
And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put it on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
Got stuffed on first down. It's 2nd and 10. Fires to the wideout. Got his man downfield. And he was off to the races. Finally tripped up at the 36. LSU right back to the line.
That's a really nice job holding that pass in. And you think LSU has just been such a breeding ground in recent years for receivers. Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, OBJ, Jarvis Landry. They all have the ability to make a play anywhere on the field. And that's what this guy can do. You can line him up anywhere. He can run routes on all 3 levels of the secondary. The defense has to know where he is lined up every single play.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Line gets set, first down. Scanning the field, it's Nussmeier. Fires to the big fella. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
Well, the offense trying to attack the perimeter of the field in the passing game. And how about the sweet feet by the receiver on that play?
Who doesn't like a little dash of the arts with their football? A little ballet moment. Got it in the middle, it's Daniels.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
The clock has stopped, and we've reached the 2-minute warning before halftime. 3rd and short from the 28. Let's see if this is 4-down territory or if they just pick up the first here. Looking to throw for it. Quickly complete. He's run out of bounds, but he's got enough to move the sticks. LSU with the 1st and 10 here. Looking to move it through the air. Caught near the sideline, it's Anderson.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss inside and that cornerback can go in the other direction.
Getting some heat. That pass is incomplete, and they might be fortunate it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. It'll be 3rd down.
It doesn't take this defense a lot of time to get to the quarterback, man. They've got speed all over the place. They hit him so quickly, and because of that, the ball falls incomplete.
Couldn't find his man last time. Now they'll have to convert 3rd and 4. From the gun, wants to pass. It's complete. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be 1st and goal from there. And you go to old Mr. Reliable in the red zone, and you still have a chance to turn this into 6 instead of 3.
And 3rd down, great job by this offense. Move the chains, give yourself another fresh set of downs, but find the big targets in the red zone. Those guys make life easy on a quarterback.
Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver. And the D denied them on 2nd and goal. Defense in press coverage. To the air, it's Nussmeier. Got it! He gets it in! Touchdown, Bayou Bengals!
And I just love the execution by this offense. Late in the half, man, you want to take the lead. You want to get that momentum on your side, and they do it. They finish it with the passing game. I tell you what, keep that passing game up, you keep this lead, keep the momentum, and keep putting up numbers.
He'll call for the fair catch here. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. This late in the half, you're behind. You love to create something before the break to build momentum, Jesse.
Well, you've also had some miscues on offense, a big part of why you're losing the game right now. I'd take it into halftime, make my adjustments, and come out ready in the second half.
Yeah, I'm going to take it into halftime too, Paul. But I'm trying to put some points up right here. Be aggressive, set the tone, be like, hey, listen, this is what you're going to get in the second half, so find something really quickly you can go to.
After the incompletion, they go back up top. Timeout called here by the defense. It's the first one they've used this half.
That's a good example there of complementary defense. The DBs and linebackers are playing zone. They're playing their spaces, and they force the QB to have to hold the ball, try to work through his progressions. And then the pass rush, they win up front.
Wide receiver shows motion. On 3rd and long, doesn't need to take the check down. Pulls it in. It's Lane. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. And the Trojans want to pick up the tempo. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. This could absolutely spin this game in another direction. They're going for it inside their own 30. Caught in the backfield, it's Lane. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Running out of time here in the first half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. They weren't able to get that one off. It'll be a delay of game.
Delay of game. Offense.
So frustrating to see an offense lose track of the play clock and pick up a penalty like that. They'll move it back, and it's 1st and 15 for this offense. Looking downfield, it's Moss. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. The first down sack pushes the ball back for this long 2nd down. He's looking to throw. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Got it in stride inside the 20. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle was finally made. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
All right, guys, a delightful first 2 quarters of football there today in Vegas. And we've got to start our halftime breakdown with this superstar running back. His elusiveness, his raw power. This young man is the total package. And his ability to catch the ball out of the backfield is a differentiator. A lot of guys can hit the hole. This kid can hit the hole and hit the home run in the passing game. And with that, let's send it back to the fellas inside Allegiant Stadium.
LSU will put foot to leather to start the second half. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Tight game as we start the third quarter, and we'll see what type of adjustments they made at halftime.
And getting the ball first here, I think, is such a big deal. Like, I get the first chance to make a statement, to make the adjustments, to create some momentum for my squad right here in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it's so important for this offense to set the tone here early in the second half, to get a nice drive going, build that confidence, and get your defense ready to come on out, get a stop, and change the complexity of this game.
And he's got enough for the first down. It'll be at the 35.
You wonder now on offense, have they found something in the run game? Finally, it's been tough for them to get the run game going, but they picked up a nice gain on that last one. Let's see if they go back to it.
Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. Hand off from the shotgun. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Quick pass on the fly motion. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
This offense has a lot of different ways they can attack you, and you're going to see the entire playbook at work in this game. Throwing it, running it, and getting guys the ball out on the perimeter. Great job.
Off play action on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball.
And the big tight end, a lot of times that's a bigger strike zone, a bigger dude, and you could tell they put the hit on him, and that ball came out, and it came to the turf. Nice job playing physical by this defense.
And here comes the offense on 2nd down. He's got him this time. He's run out of bounds, but a big play on that one, and it'll be a 1st down.
Really nice pass right there. This guy's got a lot to live up to. So much pressure when you think about playing quarterback for the Trojans. Heisman winners, guys like Carson Palmer, Matt Leinart, Caleb Williams. There's a lot of people watching this guy hoping he can be the next great one at USC. When you see throws like that, you do see the hope that maybe, you know what, he might just be.
The Trojans have it with a 1st and 10. The give to the left side. They'll give him maybe one on the play. It's down to the 20. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Receiver on the move gets the touch pass. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Really good job by the defense, seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It could happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand, safety's got to see that, start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that play.
On 3rd and long, you'll have to turn it loose deep. Looking for the end zone. And the ball is intercepted.
And that's the danger about being in a 3rd and long situation. You've got to push the football downfield. The defense is expecting it. So they've got guys in the back end with their eyes on the QB. They're able to make the interception. This offense is going to have to do a better job generating better plays early in drives moving forward.
Now they've got even more breathing room out to the 31 and a fresh set of downs. He now has 106 yards on the ground, and with that run, he eclipses the 100-yard mark in this season opener. Might as well give it to him again. Pushes ahead for a couple. They'll mark it at the 33.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Looking for a man. It's Nussmeier. Unloads to the wideout. It's caught downfield. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. The offense getting set for a first down from the 45. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And he'll find enough running room to get it just short of midfield at the 49.
It's the MO of this offense. They really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game running the football.
Really nice stop there from this senior leader. They'll snap it from the 48 on 3rd and short. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Oh, what a grab by the defense. Didn't really have room to operate on the return, but he hands him the ball at the 32. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
And he's brought to the ground, but not before he gets enough for the first down.
It's hard to stop great runners. It really is. That's why you run the football consistently. You got a big offensive line, a big physical unit. You run the football like this, man, it will take a toll later, but you got to tackle this guy.
He lobs one high down the left side. And it's caught inside the 20. They bring him down. He's got a first down, but that might be the final play of the 3rd quarter. If you like old-school running games, this has been the game for you and a couple of guys who start through the first 3 periods. They'll start the drive here with first down to open this period. Running back searching for a hole. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. The give to the single back. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
And that's a great play by the defensive end. The best athletes on the field play defensive end. You can ask anybody. Yes, I agree, Jesse. See, they agree with me. Same thing. But you watch them get off the football, make the play. That's why you put your athletes there.
Touch pass on the jet sweep. Really strong job by the defense. A negative play on 3rd down.
How about that? You don't see those, touch passes go from negative yards very often. Usually this is a short flip that counts as a completion that goes a long way, but the defense aggressive. Saw it, pulled the trigger, came outside, made sure he didn't get outside and get to that edge. Nice job by the defense.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. North Carolina overcame a sloppy start and just put the finishing touches on a notable road win. And to pick yourself up and dust yourself off away from Chapel Hill, these Tar Heels got to be thrilled with this result. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams. But, boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there.
Hold it. Offense.
That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. The offense set for a first down play. Here comes the option. Now the pitch. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Illegal offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Offense getting set for first down. Wants to throw. It's Nussmeier. Using the quick game. Oh, it's out. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover.
Man, I can't do that here, right? I got the football. I got the lead. The clock is my friend, and now I cough it up. Offense have to understand the situation, have to understand I got to get to the ground. I can make sure I don't fight for extra yards. I make sure I don't fumble, costly fumble.
They wrestle him to the ground, but he's got plenty for a first down.
You don't always have to run the sexy plays, right? It doesn't have to always be up-tempo and fast and spread and doing all this stuff. Sometimes you just lower your shoulder. Sometimes you just run powerfully. You get the first down, and that's all that matters.
Touchdown, USC! And with that, they move out front here in the fourth.
And this offense really showing their physicality, running the football when it matters, in the fourth quarter, in crunch time, to take the lead in this football.
And he puts it down the middle, and the lead is 3 here in the final period. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. It's Thomas. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. That last fumble proved to be costly as they cashed it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, and so this defense now is juiced. They're excited and ready to go. So this offense, David, they've got to get something going.
Yeah, those turnovers can be contagious, man. They get you excited, and then when your offense takes it down the field and does something with it, this offense better be ready to play against a motivated defense.
After that last completion, it's second down. Trying play action. Looking for a deep man. He's got another 25. Touchdown, LSU! They move on top here in the fourth.
Yeah, and a nice job in the fourth quarter making plays, and a nice job being on the same page. QB, receiver. You could tell he broke with the football. He caught it in stride, gets into the end zone. Nice pitch and catch right there. Nice chemistry by the QB and wide receiver.
On the run from inside his own 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. It's a one-possession game in the fourth. They'll throw it on first down. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down.
And that is just the worst feeling as a wide receiver because you're way downfield. You're ready for the big play, but you're just unable to connect. I'm sure he's going to be on the sideline asking for another deep shot opportunity.
2nd and 10 here. Looking to throw, it's Moss. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical and pass deep.
The defense was obviously ready for that play. They've obviously been watching film. They know that that pass play is one of the bread and butter plays this offense has, so nice job defending it.
Somebody needs to make a play here. It's 3rd and long from the 26. From the gun, wants to pass. Fires to the middle. He's got an open man. And he'll have enough for the first down at the 42.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. The receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the first down.
Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. He's looking to throw. Coming after him. That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble.
And the quarterback gets hit again. We already know this defense has gotten home to him multiple times in this game. So here you are, you're trailing in the game. Defense knows you're going to throw it. They're pinning their ears back. You can't feel very confident right now if you're the play caller, and certainly if you're the quarterback, that you're going to have time to throw.
Now the quarterback changing the original play call. From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on third down. And he can't get it off. What a huge play this late in the game. And here we go, down to score. They'll go for it on fourth down. He'll go up top, maybe a deciding play here. And he's got it at the 15-yard line.
It's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it. Now a fresh set of downs.
And the Trojans will snap it on 1st and 10. Give to the running back.
And after having a nice game like that on first down, if you're the offensive coordinator here, maybe you're thinking about being aggressive and taking a shot. Because even if it's incomplete on second down, on third, you won't have that long to go.
Second down coming up on this red zone opportunity. A run for the quarterback. He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels.
I think you run that play on second down knowing it's going to make third down easy. You're not trying to hit a home run. You don't need the big play right now. Now you know third down, everything's on the table, everything's available, high success rate.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. Trying to pick it up on the ground. They make the tackle just outside the end zone, but it'll be 1st and goal from the 1.
And how about the offense believing in the true freshman down here in the red zone, giving him the football, man? I bet his heart is pounding. He's wanting to get in the end zone to get that first touchdown.
And a touchdown here would not only give them the lead, but in the 4th quarter, that ramps up the pressure. The offense gets the timeout. 12 ticks left on the clock.
Timeout, USC.
So now the opportunity with a touchdown to take the lead. They want to run this quarterback. They'll call timeout with 9 seconds left on the clock. Can the defense stop them again on 2nd and goal? Calls his own number. Touchdown, Trojans! And inside a minute to go, and they've got the lead.
Man, what a great job by this offense executing down the field, using all of the clock, being smart, getting the big score late, and I think that one should do it.
Let's see if he can make a play on the return. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They've got to move quickly here. Still a chance, but they've got to force the ball down the field. This defense will try to keep everything in front. Grabbed on the outside, it's Taylor. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. They get a big win here and start the season on a positive note.
You got to love that as the players. You come out, you have so much anticipation coming into the season, finally getting ready to play in front of a live audience. You're able to come out and execute and get this win under your belt. David, couldn't be a better way to start the year.
And for the losing team, obviously, it's a little bit different. You have something to look at now, to analyze where do I need to get a little bit better, but plenty of time still left in the season to improve and turn it around.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so long. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.